Yay! Look at that. We got it to go. I might go forward one. I'll get us started with my share, and then we'll go backwards to Roz's share. So most of you know who I am, know what I do, but for those of you who don't, basically psychic medium, then channeler, and opened a school to teach because I knew that anyone could do it if they wanted to. And I've had a lot of experience over the last 3.5 years channeling some of these Egyptian gods, goddesses, pharaohs, queens, etc. And obviously I have this great connection with Roz and Kathy over at MyEgypt. And Roz used to do tours a lot before COVID hit. And so I started to think about when she started to tell me about these, there's Roz. When she started to tell me about these places that she could go to and virtually be left alone, and that started to create this concept and idea that we could actually create something amazing instead of just putting people on a tour bus and dragging them through and giving yep. So maybe a bit about your experience of Egypt. So you've been doing this for about 20 years, haven't you? 25 years. And so just, I know your sound quality is really poor. Go ahead.
Yeah, so I opened this shop 4 years ago in Egypt, and I lived in Egypt 6 months of the year.
So Roz is just saying she opened another shop in Egypt around 4 years ago in Luxor, and she lives in Egypt around 6 months of the year. So this isn't, her experience is not skin deep as a tourist, but actually as a local.
Yes.
So because the sound quality is so poor, I'm going to do a little bit more of the talking than I had anticipated. Kath, are you unmuted?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, and Roz, do you just want to talk again just to see if we can hear you? Yeah, we can't. Okay, it's all right. Kath, if you pipe in, if I'm missing anything.
Okay, no worries.
Because Kath works at MyEgypt and has also been on the tours and been personally to Egypt with Roz several times. So she knows a lot more about these places because I haven't visited yet. I'll be going for a few months before we get there to make sure I'm familiar with the sites and the energies as well. But I'm speaking not from experience, I'm speaking from secondhand knowledge. So since we can't hear Roz, we can have Kath pipe in. So the idea again is it's not just a tour, it's actually an experience. We'll be actually seeing, but going in to feel the energies as well. And we'll be connecting with those energies. It's like a fully immersive experience. This is just a quick flick through where we'll be going just from a high level view, and we're going to go into each of these places in just a moment. So we'll start in Cairo and we'll finish in Cairo. And of course, Giza and the pyramids and the Sphinx are in Cairo, but there's so much more to Cairo than just that. Luxor, we will go to Luxor as well, one of the main centers, and we're going to talk you through what we'll experience there. There's a 3-day Nile cruise, which is, we'll go through the details on that. And then there's the desert experiences, which are linked. So you just travel from one to the other, and we'll talk about what you'll experience there as well. So talking about Cairo, now there was an event that was supposed to be happening over the Easter weekend, and it was prophesied by a particular man about the alignment and sort of like a new earth, a rebirth, and there's pages dedicated to it. When I looked into it, and that's why we chose the timing that we did, but when I looked into it, astrologists say, nah, that alignment of those stars is not going to happen, although it was a prophecy from actually 2 different men. So we thought, well, it might happen. So we're going to start our experience. The first hotel upon arrival has the closest like rooftop view of the Sphinx and the pyramids that you can get. So the rooftop, you can sit and have your coffees, you can do whatever you'd like to from there, and you're staring straight at them, like up close as you can get in a building.
There'll probably be a light show on as well.
Light shows at night, so you get to see them from a different aspect, stargazing, and Roz is personal friends with the owner of that hotel and regularly brings groups through. The nicety about being friends with the owners of that hotel as well is, as we tour on further, if people decide that they want to leave some things behind, Roz will be keeping her room. So if we go off to go camping and you think, oh my God, I don't want to bring all this hair stuff, or I don't want to, I don't want to bring a suitcase and a backpack, you can repack yourselves and store some of it away with Roz. So while we're in Giza, it's not just about seeing the pyramids. There's obviously fantastic to see, and to see the engineering and to see that they're still there and to learn the history. But there's citadels, there's the major bazaars there, and then there's Coptic Cairo, which is something that they've been teaching me about, which, and please feel free to pipe in, Kath or Roz, but it's where they actually hid Jesus as a child.
And you can actually sit and contemplate and pray or meditate in that section. There's a seat, and you can just look down into the area. You can't actually walk in that area. They've got it cordoned off, but you can see it. It's lit up, and it's a very special feeling being so close to that.
Yes. And then we have Saqqara, which has multiple things to see there, including City of the Dead, step pyramids, multiple pyramids. It's not just the Giza pyramids, if you will. There's so much else around there, which the average tourist might not get to go to. But Roz knows the sites. She knows the energies, which is fantastic, so that we can have experiences, not just cue. Anything to add to
also,
that?
Yeah, Deb, I was just going to add in that instead of it just being a half-day tour like some of the other companies, this is a full day, and it comes with breakfast, lunch, and dinner, except for the tips and alcohol. But yeah, it's a full day's experience, so you just get a lot more squashed into the day.
I understand just from hearing about other people who have gone on normal tours, and even go ahead. Still didn't hear you, Roz. Sorry. Can you just?
Here she is.
It just keeps cutting out.
I think she was going to talk about the Seraphim.
Oh, cool. What do you know about that?
Oh, it's absolutely magnificent. You walk down underground. It's all lit up. It's got the huge granite sarcophagus, where they supposedly put the bulls inside. And yeah, it's just a magnificent underground labyrinth of walkways, which are really lovely. The way they lit up, it's like a soft yellow color where you walk, and it's just all beautifully been done, the walkways. So you're not climbing over rocks or anything. It's a very lovely, cool area, which is really nice to get out of the heat.
The heat, yeah, it will be hot. It will be hot. So there's a lot to fit into Cairo, and that's where we start. and it's where we circle back to and return to. So that actually gives you the opportunity, if there's anything that you didn't see or you want to spend more time immersing yourself at the end of the tour on your own after the tour, you're right in one of the hot spots to do that.
Also, Deb, you've got the new museum that's opened up.
Yep, and that might be a
Yes,
little bonus trip, but it's a little
it
bit
could
on and
be.
off
It
for
could
us
be.
then.
Hopefully, it'll have settled down by then.
Yeah, they're
There's
just, it's a brand
standing
new
room
one.
only. Yeah,
Yeah, and it's packed and
it's packed.
it's on and off, on and off. So that's why we didn't want to make it a promise. What haven't we said about Cairo, Roz?
We want to take you to inside when we're in Cairo to the real Egypt. So you'll be eating and moving through the streets where the locals are, not just where all the tourists go. We want to make you feel like you're part of the Egyptian culture when we do this as well. So we'll be eating in different places, we'll be doing different things that totally give you that immersive experience of not just staying in a hotel and eating and you're secluded. We're out in amongst it all.
And the bazaar.
The bazaar's awesome. So yeah, that will be an experience. And I'll take you guys to some of the places I actually buy from, and they will look after you guys. So because I don't get commission on any of this stuff. I don't like that. And if you go on a tour with like Intrepid or Viking or any of those, each company gets an 85% kickback on everything you buy.
So you know it's the prices are double what they should be.
Way more, yeah.
Yeah. And so Roz won't do that. So when you shop, you'll be shopping directly with her suppliers and you won't be paying tourist prices.
And you just got to listen to if somebody, you make eye contact, you do something and they know they own it. So if you listen to what I say, you'll save money. If you don't listen to what I say, you'll pay a lot more than you should.
Yeah. And what about Saqqara? Is there, I know that because I don't know much about Saqqara, I didn't really talk too much about it. So what about those locations? What's so special about it?
Saqqara is where pyramids first started. So they made the step pyramid first, and Imhotep, which if you see the Mummy movie, he was a baddie, but Imhotep actually was an architect, a doctor, all these wonderful things. And he built the step pyramid by putting a mastaba on top, on top, on top. And that's how the step pyramid came about. Then he made the bent pyramid and he made the red pyramid, all in the rule of one pharaoh. So the bent, the angle was too sharp, so they had to change the angle. Hence, that's why it's bent. At the bent pyramid, there is a stargate which no one really goes to, or a portal, if you like, that no one really goes to. It's thousands of years old. It has a stela on each side, which is like a sign on how to operate it, but they've rubbed it all out so you can't see how to activate it. But I know how to activate it.
And you feel it, don't you?
Oh, absolutely. I've got a photo of me with my legs missing.
There you go. And the portal was used between which worlds?
Well, to go to wherever they actually come from, but it's also that pyramid is the pyramid where your soul leaves your body. And the pyramid that's next to it, the red pyramid, is where your soul returns. So we'll be going to both, but there's only the one portal. The next one, you'll just feel it when you're there.
Cool. Anything you want to say about Ka-Gemini or Holy of the Holy?
Kagemni, he's his tomb's very nice, but now they're charging extra to go into his tomb. And I found this out the last time I was there, which was this year. And every site we go to in Saqqara now, it used to be one ticket for everything. Now they're charging you for everything. Every place you go to is a different price. So I've picked some tombs that have just opened that are near Kargebni and a few others that are included in the entry. So, which is great, you know, like Kargebni's tombs are very small, and some of the other tombs have better artwork and nicer carvings than Kargebni. So it's nice. And then we'll be going into the Pyramid of Kitty. And it's only a small pyramid. From the outside, it just looks like a pile of rocks. But inside, the energy, it was one of the first pyramids to have pyramid text, which was magical writing on the walls and stars on the ceiling. So it's a magical place, and not many people again go here. They go to Unis Pyramid. You've got to queue up sometimes for an hour to get inside.
Yeah. Cool.
So
Okay. Are we ready to move? Go ahead. Sorry, hon.
Titty Pyramid, the energy's insane. And we can sit there and meditate.
Yes. And that's the joy of doing this together with somebody who has all of this knowledge about, you know, the sites to hit that might be off the tourist track, but give us an opportunity to immerse ourselves rather than just, you know, get an Instagram photo.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's talk about the Nile cruise.
The Nile, oh my God, you'll love the Nile cruise. You're actually floating on the mother of life. That's what the Nile is, the mother of life. And we'll either go Aswan to Luxor or Luxor Aswan. I haven't worked that one out yet. So, but you'll go, if we're in we'll go from Aswan up. So Aswan has Philae Temple, the Temple of Isis. So we arrive at the water's edge. We catch a boat across to the temple because it's in the middle of a lake, and we walk through the Temple of Isis. We go into the Holy of Holies. We go to the Mamiya, which is where the birthing area was. So you walk in the Mamiya, then you start to feel like a rebirth of your soul. And there's one in Edfu. There's one in every temple. There'll be a Mamiya somewhere. So yeah, it's an amazing feeling. And the Isis temple is beautiful. And again, you're on the Nile and you go across, and I'm going to ask the boat driver to take us to the original entrance to the temple, because in the 60s it was flooded, and they actually moved the temple to another island. So it's close, but it's not exactly in the same place it was when the ancients built it.
Yeah. Was that the one that Cleopatra had built in honor of Isis?
Yep. And you'll see her on lots of wall art, like 20 feet high Cleopatra carved into the wall. And Caesarean her.
Yeah. And then Horus, or Etfu, and Horus, for those who don't know, was like a master healer, among other things. So I imagine the energy is pretty amazing there as well.
There's a beautiful carved statue of Horus, with his crown on, and there's one without the crown, there's one with the crown. So, and they're higher than you are, like higher than a person. And in the forecourt, it's just massive with pylons and carvings, and then you go into the temple and you go again into the Holy of Holies, and in the Holy of Holies there's actually the solar boat that used to take the golden statue of Horus out and move him to a different temple for a festival and that sort of thing, and that boat's still in that temple.
Wow. And then you said the entertainment on the boat, like the boat itself is kind of it's a very beautiful experience. And you said that there's always something going on there too for the evenings, yeah?
They normally do a Galabaya night. Some will do a disco night and you get dressed up in Egyptian gear, and they'll have dervishes and belly dancers and all that sort of stuff as well. So there's normally something going on every night.
And good food, yeah?
Food's awesome.
Yeah.
Can I ask a couple of questions on that?
Of course.
On the cruise?
Yeah.
So will it just be us, our group, on the cruise?
We're going on a boat rather than a dahabia.
Okay. So it'll be a big one.
Yeah, like a big one, like 120 people.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So
And
we
our
have
group
like
size. Sorry, go ahead.
Sorry, Deb. So we have shared accommodation, and like en suites and things like that.
Yeah, it's just like if you're on a cruise, you've got your own bathroom, you got a bed, shared accommodation because it's cheaper. If you want a single supplement, then I can get a price on that, but that means you have your own room in each place, so it will cost you more. So I work on the prices of 2 to a room.
And have you been on the Nile before, Roz?
Many times.
Yeah. Is it really smooth? Like I get terrible seasick, so I'm really worried about that.
Like a lake, smooth.
It's a lake, yeah. It's smooth.
Yeah. I mean, if the wind blows, you might get a little bit of, well, Kath saw it when we were there in Luxor last time. There were a little bit of white caps, but we're in a little boat. So the cruise.
And it was still okay.
Okay.
Because I get car sick.
Yeah, right. So the bigger the boat, you're
sickness.
less. Yeah, me too. Okay.
I get motion sickness anyway. So I was okay.
Go up and down. It's a river. So you look at a river somewhere and see how smooth it is. That's what we're on.
And the boat is really big.
Yeah, they are huge.
They're huge.
So yeah, river waves wouldn't make much of an impact on them, basically.
No.
Yeah, cool. Good.
And the windows in your cabin you can see the water. It's really lovely. Yeah.
Beautiful. Anything else you want to say about that, Roz, or should we move on?
Well, when we go to Luxor, then we see, because we go Philae, Edfu, Kamombo. Kamombo is the crocodile god, Sobek, and we go there. That's where Kathy had a cobra around her neck.
Everybody else ran away.
That's up for anything, obviously.
The other side of the street, I have a museum there with mummified crocodiles that are 3,500 years old. And at Kamombo, they have like numerals, how they worked out the calendars, medical equipment, and the medical equipment is the same as the medical equipment that they use in surgeries today.
Ooh.
Yeah.
The
It's really amazing.
Cool. All right. So the next place, we enter the deserts. And Black Desert is first, Roz?
Yep. Yeah, we go to the Black Desert first, and the Black Desert is volcanic. So there were volcanoes in ancient times there. So the Black Desert spewed out, or the volcanoes spewed out all this black gunk or the lava that dried black, and the stones are really heavy, like iron.
Like iron.
That's why it's the Black Desert, because it's got black all over it. But it's all black stone. It's not like stained black. It's just black stone everywhere, and it goes for miles. So, and that's sacred energy.
Yes, and we get to experience it sort of, we break into land cruisers into separate groups. So it really is an adventure, not just a, you go to a point and have a lookout. So we get to actually get interactive. There's between the two deserts that we go to, there's opportunities to climb the dunes. Of course, it depends on people's level of fitness. Nobody has to do anything. But then there's also basically like the sand dune surfing. So if you imagine like boogie boarding on sand dunes. So there's lots of opportunities to get interactive. It's not just, we get on a bus and look out a window.
Too. So over huge sand dunes and down and across the desert and all that sort of stuff. Then you go to the then we go to Crystal Mountain. So Crystal Mountain has another portal, and it looks like a giant octopus.
That's kind of the picture on the screen, yeah?
Yes. No, that's Crystal Mountain, yeah, but the octopus I don't know if I've sent you that one. So, but that's Crystal Mountain. So we can climb Crystal Mountain, and there's just crystals everywhere on the ground. It's just everywhere. Everywhere you walk, you're walking on crystals. It's
so
amazing.
imagine quite an energy hotspot.
Yes, very. And then from there we go to the White Desert.
But we get to camp under the stars, don't we? More like glamping, because there's air mattresses, you said, good bedding, and the Bedouins, so the actual local people, are the ones who are preparing the dishes for us out under the stars, yeah?
They cook, and they're our drivers that drive the four-wheel drives that take us out to the desert. And because it's a desert, when we get into our four-wheel drives to go, you'll see half a tree on the roof. That's so that we can have campfires at night.
Okay, so they bring their own wood.
Wood.
Okay.
Actually, the Bedouins are the most beautiful men in the world.
Yeah, stunning.
Most beautiful looking.
Their
Well,
eyes.
That's bonus.
Yeah.
Yeah, eye candy.
Eye candy, definitely.
All right, so in the White Desert, you've got here, yep.
Sacred feminine energy. And that's
Feminine energy.
Sacred feminine energy. And to me, because you go about 250 meters down into the White Desert, it used to be an ancient ocean, an inland ocean. And when you're there, you'll feel Atlantean. So it's like Atlantis. It's like being on another world, in another planet. It's somewhere so surreal, so different that it just blows your mind. There are limestone. They would have been coral reefs, and they say the wind blew them and made all these figures out of them, but I don't know how the wind blows and makes a rabbit or a chicken or a sphinx or Cleopatra's head. Like it doesn't make sense. And when you see, there are thousands of them. There's not like 3 or 4. There are thousands. And that's where you'll see the beautiful stars at night. If it's not overcast or if it's not a full moon.
Yeah.
because the full
Great.
moon lights it lights the sky up too much.
Yeah. And then the how do you pronounce that? Jara Caves or cave?
New for me, my friend who's doing this part of it, he suggested we do this, and I've never been. So I've seen photos of it. I've seen him there with other people, and it looks amazing. So we'll be able to do a meditation there. But in the White Desert, if you find something and you go, I want to meditate here or I want to channel here, we just stop and do it. Because we're our own people there. We can do what we want.
Yeah, I love it.
There's no one to hustle us, so
Great.
and when we make camp, we always try to make camp away from somebody else that's made camp so that things are a bit more private. Yeah, so it's good, and we always try to get near some sort of rock outcrop or something. So just to be different. But the cave I've never been in, so this will be a first for me, and I love that. I love that each time I go, I get to see at least one new thing, and this will be
Fabulous.
the first I've seen this one. So
Great.
Magical.
Okay. And then Luxor, Valley of the Kings.
that's on the tile cruise. So we actually go the Valley of the Kings, and you get to go into 3 tombs in the Valley of the Kings. And if you're feeling claustrophobic, don't, because the tombs are massive. They're bigger than the ceilings in a house. The walls are wide and go down and down into the tomb. Yeah, it's very big. The only one, if people want to go, it's an extra cost to go into King Tut's tomb. So I haven't priced that in our group. Tutankhamun's tomb is beautiful, but it's tiny. So I went to Egypt probably 6 times before I went into King Tut's tomb.
Okay.
So it's if you want to go, it's the only tomb with the hero's body in it.
It's,
And
did you say it's the only tomb we can't fit everyone in?
you could all get in there, but it's
Okay.
it's it's small. So
Okay.
it's virtually a tunnel in one room.
Yeah. So
And
I like how you kind of have curated this experience for the things that we can, like you said, sometimes everybody goes over here to this one, but if you go over here, you actually get the better colors and the better, like, it's not always the most popular that gives you the best experience or the best insights into the culture.
absolutely. So yeah, so and that's what we do there. Then we go to the Temple of Isis.
Hathor?
Isis first, the Chapel
Oh,
of
we're gonna do
Isis.
that one first. Okay, yep.
Then we'll go to Hatshepsut's temple. She was a queen that actually started bringing incense and oils to Egypt and bringing the plants so that people could use them to anoint them.
Oh, we lost you again, Roz.
I just went to get some water.
Ah.
Yep. I was in the other room because I moved.
Okay, we can hear you. So, and then Dendera, Abydos, and the Osirian.
Day trip. So that's about 1 hour out of Luxor.
Can't hear you. Oh, there you are. There you are. So, say again. Sorry, Roz.
About 2.5 hours out of Luxor, Egypt. So we go to Abydos first because it's the furthest, and that's the temple of Seti I, and behind that, about 40, 50 foot below that temple, is the Osirian. That's where they believe Osiris is buried. And that's where the first flower of life symbols were carved.
The very first, yeah. And they haven't found Osiris, but they still believe that he's there.
There's water. They can't get below the water. So there's ground there. So they don't like letting people in because it can be dangerous. People slip and fall into the water around and stuff. So you view that from above. But I'll show you where the flower of life symbols are, and then you can take photos and that sort of thing from above. They're on lintels and the down parts of a door that you can see them from above. But the Seti temple, there's a stairway you go up to go out to see the Osirian. And Seti temple, it's like the stairway to heaven as you're walking up this stairway. You'll feel
You'll feel it. And we've lost you again, Roz. Oh, there you are there. Okay. Okay to go on?
we go to Dandera,
Yep.
and Dandera is the Hathor temple, and it's one of the best preserved temples in Egypt. So we get to go under the temple if you dare, if you want to do it. It's a narrow hole in the floor, like not narrow. And then you go down a few steps and then you're under the temple. And under this temple, there are pictures of carvings of like the Wi-Fi symbol, light globes, weird things that we would never, like, how did they know all this back then?
Yeah, so the technology and
the temple. So it's only a very narrow tunnel, but it's high enough that you can stand up and walk around. It's not like you're squatting the whole time. So it's probably 10 or 12 foot tall. And then we go up to the roof in Dandera, and we go and see the Dandera Zodiac. And then if you stand over the hole there in the floor that you can look down to see people down below, and there's a hole above, and you feel the energy just rush through you and up through the roof.
love it.
Amazing.
Love it. All right. So we're just whoops.
Melting staircase that we walk up because it looks like it's been hit with a laser. Just melted.
And what was that? That looks like it's been hit by a laser. Sorry, you just cut out for a minute.
The staircase, it looks like the rocks have melted.
Hmm.
Like
Wow.
it's been hit with a laser. So they call it the melting staircase.
Cool. And what can you tell us about the Colossus of Memnon?
Memnon, they were built for Tutankhamun's grandfather. That was his mortuary temple and palace. And they were built, and they found more and more statues in the last 20 years, and they're just starting to get all that together. So they were complete until an earthquake hit. Go and cracked them.
Okay.
Memnon, they called it Memnon because of the Greek god. somebody decided that that's what they should be called. And the Roman soldiers camped there, and the wind whistled through Memnon, and it scared the shit out of them, and they run away.
Okay. And Luxor is also the place where you have your third MyEgypt store. So obviously we'll get to visit that. You said it's right next to Karnak, and we'd actually get to utilize the store space as well to do our meditations, rituals, channeling, etc. Is that right?
We'll go to Karnak Temple, and Karnak Temple's the largest temple complex in the world. It runs about 250 acres.
Wow.
And we will go there. We will go to the Sekhmet Chapel.
You couldn't go
And,
to Egypt without going to the Sekhmet Chapel, could you?
and it's awesome. And we'll do a few things in Karnak. So, you know, everyone wants to go around the scarab that's there, the sacred scarab, to either get pregnant or to make a wish. And it depends on which way you go around it to what you want.
Make sure you direct us in the right direction. Most of us just want to wish.
No surprises.
No.
Friend a couple of years ago, and she was on IVF for 5 years and couldn't get pregnant. She has a baby boy, and she got pregnant. I walked around that scarab.
Yep. It's amazing what
Magic is
power
there.
and energy can do.
Is there. So yes. And we'll
Okay.
do
Go ahead.
Karnak. So and it just depends on the day and who's there and what's going on to what we can actually do. So because there's a lot of bits of Karnak that are closed. So depending on the content, what I do. So
Yeah. So the other thing that I should say, which I know Roz and Kathy and I have talked about quite a bit over the last couple of months, is that there's other sites, there's other things that we may be doing, a few surprises up our sleeves, maybe the odd bonus here and there. But what we've talked about are the definites. Yeah.
yes.
The definite things that we're going to be doing. And then I guess I should say the intention is that we take advantage of these locations where we can find some peace, whether it's out under the stars, obviously in some of these sacred locations, around the portal, etc., the 2 portals. What a great opportunity for those of you who already connect to spirit, to take those opportunities. It's not about the Deb show, right? It's just about me being the facilitator for what will unfold. It's also about bringing safety, because just as above as below, you have energies which are positive, energies which are negative, and you just like you really do experience them. So we'll be making sure that we do protection rituals every day. You may have your own, but we'll do an extra added level of protection, and making sure that you go home safely without any unintentional guests.
Any additions?
Yeah, no additions. You know, we all feel good if they're friendly, but you know,
Yeah.
it's the same everywhere in the world. There can be positive and negative energies, but I think we're putting together a group of people to go who are pretty sensitive to energies too, so we can manage, you know, A, protection, but B, manage anything that arises with confidence that as a conscious group, we're here to protect ourselves and enhance our experience rather than have anything untoward happen. Clearly, we have some channelers as well. And for those who don't channel yet, what a great opportunity to be so close to the energies And in my experience, they've loved interacting. They always have guidance and messages and wisdom to bring. And they don't mind how many voices speak on their behalf. They love the connection. So if you haven't done it before, you'll be supported to do so. And if you don't want to, nobody has to. It's all going to be about creating the right environment to allow it to happen, but there will be no pressure put onto anybody. You get to have your own individual experience, and if you choose to share that, fantastic. If there's just something going on with you that you feel very personal about, nobody's going to force a sharing circle, if you know what I mean. Yeah.
Yep.
Place that will change your energy, that you'll be drawn to, but the other people in the group may not be drawn to the same place. And after we go through like Karnak, you always give time to go back and feel the places that they need to go themselves.
Yeah.
There might be 2 or 3 of you, there might be only one, you know, because there's something there that was a connection, whether it was in a past life, whether it's a guide, a guardian, or something that you feel. And I like people to do, like to step back and let people then, after we've been around, have their own free time to be able to do these things and connect.
There you go. So it's about,
and also there's shops and coffee.
Yes, coffee.
the important things, Kat, shops and coffee. Yeah, but it's about, like we said, this is about creating an experience that's a group experience, but also can be very personal. My directions when I was told by Spirit to work with Roz to create this was that so many of us are at different stages of activation, and this is about activating to new levels, not just for no reason, but you know, for what's going on with the world at this point in time, that going back to the homeland or a homeland for so many of our souls, this can create deep activation and remembrance.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, so now we get down to the nitty gritty. Why is it doing that? Okay, let's try that again. So what's included? You've got once you land, so how you make your way to Egypt is up to you. That's for you to sort out. Some people I know are going to other places like Turkey first, or, you know, they have their other itinerary. So once you land in Cairo, you'll be greeted, you'll be brought to the hotel, which I think Roz is about an hour and a half from the airport. But after that, you have your internal flights taken care of, your cruise taken care of, all of your accommodation for every night taken care of. And it's going to be arranged from 3 to 5-star experiences, and obviously camping under the stars as well. You don't just get what many tour companies only give you 1 meal a day. Some give you 2. It's pretty unheard of to get 3, but Roz wants to make sure that your food experiences are good ones, with reputable local places, not tourist establishments, so that, you know, there's no problems with people having a bad tummy, or even not knowing how to organize their own food safely. So she makes sure that everything is included as far as the meals and regular things like coffee, tea, and the things that go with it. If you want any extras, we'll talk about that in a moment. But the transfers in between places, every excursion that we go to, site entry fees, everything is included in this package. What isn't included is obviously your international airfare. Now your visa, we just wanted to mention, is $25 US, and you have to have US cash at the airport, otherwise it holds up the queues. But you get it at the airport, so you don't have to do anything in advance. Your tips are not included. Any additional food, additional drinks, alcohol, or shopping is not included, but everything else is in the package once you arrive. Have I missed anything, Roz?
Done it well, honey. So
All
What's
right.
the duration?
I mean, you know, like,
14 days.
yes, 14 days.
How many nights in the desert?
3.
No, 2.
Nights, 3 days.
2 nights, 3 days.
3 days. 3 days, 2 nights.
Is there particular clothing that's better to pack?
We're going to get to that too. So what we'll be doing is we will include pre-experience Zooms like this, but obviously shorter ones. If nobody can join, we'll just record them and send them to you. It'll cover things for your comfort, like what to pack, what not to pack, some of the options, all of that type of thing coming from Roz's experience, she'll actually share with you so that you feel comfortable and prepared. And also, the beautiful thing about this not dealing with the tour agency is that Roz/Kathy, who are the experienced ones, can always take your call within a day, answer your questions, anything that crops up that you think, oh, are we going here? Or what is that all about? Or like you said, seasickness, what do I do about that? Is it likely? They're always available to answer questions.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay,
And
drum
we know
roll.
what are the dates, sorry?
Yeah, so we start on the 3rd. So here we go, drum roll. Dates, 3rd of April to 16th of April. The investment, Australian 8249, and the deposit payable in January, by January 2500. And Roz is happy to do a payment plan. Can we all breathe? I have no idea what people's pricing expectations are, and I'll let Roz speak to that. But she's tried to make sure that it includes everything and that you have the best experiences possible, and that it's very competitive.
It does come
kind
with
of under the bar.
security.
You don't get
Say
hassled.
again?
You don't get hassled, and you'll get hassled a little bit at the bazaar, but I try and keep that under control. But other than that, you know, you don't want to be hassled and shit shoved in your face all the time, and that's what they do over there. So as a group, we stick together, and like if we're in a bazaar, there's a bazaar every place you go to. So, and you've got to go through the bazaar to go in and out. So because people, they all want money, they all want stuff. So if there's something specific in a bazaar that anyone's interested in, then I'll help you with it. But just don't go into anyone's shop, because you go into anyone's shop, they will try and own you and they won't let you out unless you buy something. So
So if we could talk to the pricing a bit, it's very competitive, isn't it, Roz, as far as it's not in comparison to other tours, you get a lot more for your money, yeah?
friend in the desert, he's doing it virtually for cost for us. So you know, like the desert experience is nearly as much as an oil cruise.
Yeah, because it's authentic, yeah?
And you know, we've
But
got
it's a lot of travel there with the cars.
Yeah.
4-wheel drives.
for a bus out there. Then we go into 4-wheel drives. So depending on how many, and a 4-wheel drive holds 4 people. So we could end up with 3 or 4 4-wheel drives. It's an expensive experience, but it's an amazing experience. It's an experience. It's a once in a lifetime experience.
And you can do it in safety.
Yeah, with people who know. And that's what I was going to say too. We cap it at 16 people. We're probably looking more around 12 people. We can go to 16, and then you have Roz, Kath, and myself. So when you look at it, the number of people assisting to the number of people attending, you're not going to feel Yeah, you're not
Alone.
going to feel that you can't have support, somebody to depend on. If something happens and we need to alter a plan for some reason for you, like it's a very personal experience.
Yeah,
One to
Yeah.
one isn't possible, but 3 to 12 is pretty good support.
like a private tour. Pay
Yeah.
Can I ask
Yeah.
a
20,
question?
Of course.
30. Yep.
I feel like I've never done any kind of tours before. I feel like 14 days is a really long time. Is there quite a fair bit of like downtime during the day
We're
or like
pretty
at
busy.
night? You're busy
At
the whole 14 days?
pretty much,
Yeah.
yeah. There's a lot
Yeah.
to see. We're flying, you know, like 800 kilometers to Aswan. Then we fly to Luxor, which is about 600 kilometers.
It's a really big country,
Fly
like Australia.
like a 14-hour train ride. It's either that or we fly, and I prefer to fly. It's an hour by plane, a couple hours at the airport. So it's better than, you know, if the toilet breaks down on the train, there's no toilet for 14 hours. So, and you can get a sleeper, but I don't like bed bugs and mites and all that sort of stuff. So
I've done it in Morocco. 12
Not-
hours.
Not good.
Can I ask
No.
a question, Roz? I was just thinking about Morocco actually, and I know that sometimes the desert tours out there get cancelled because of weather. Is there like a plan B in case of crazy weather?
doesn't rain much, but what we can do if the desert looks like there's going to be a problem, like a sandstorm or something, we
Yeah.
just flip it around. We can move things. So, you know, my friend who owns the hotel, his nephew's a travel agent, so I can get our tickets moved or changed or whatever without too much of a big deal.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, so that's the flexibility of this. You're not locked in, and you're not locked into missing experiences because of, you know, bad weather or other factors going on.
It doesn't. It's raining at the moment, but I've been going there 25 years, and I've seen rain twice.
Yeah. And this is sort of spring for them, spring weather. It's well before the more intense heat. Is that right, Roz?
Correct. Yeah. Yep. But
Yeah.
the desert can be
It
you
can
know, there
still
are
be cold at night.
Yeah. And that's
You're-
part of helping you to pack, is understanding which, you know, which experiences you need things for cold, what you need things for the heat. Yeah, all of that
exactly
will
right.
be provided.
14 days, like that's not really that much time to be fitting all this in. So like if you're worried, Tanya, about it being a long experience, it's like I reckon you're gonna be wanting more.
Yeah.
As to downtime, it was a funny thing that Roz said to me. She said that on some tours, or maybe it was Kath, on some of the tours, they kind of take you out for the morning excursions half day, and then they kick you out on your own, and you're by yourself for the whole rest of the day. And some people are solo and they don't feel comfortable going out into these cities where, you know, you can get hooked into, you know, tourist traps and things that you don't want to experience. So
Yeah.
like she said, we keep it busy, but you know, your nights are your time. If you decide not to dine with the group, or you decide you need to be in the hotel, that's always an option, unless of course we're in the desert, but then you still have your own tent to retreat to, or you can walk out and, you know, spend some solitude time.
Yeah, I find that I need that, especially being in big groups. That's also.
Yeah, I understand. Many of us are, you know, that are connected spiritually are sort of introverted extroverts. So we like people, but we need our time. And I think that's what's going to be wonderful about having, hello. I think that he just came home. I think that's what's going to be nice about trying to fit in a spiritual experience to at least once a day, as many days as possible, because that will give us our space. Even if we're together, it's that downtime of stabilizing our energies. And always we should come away refreshed from and usually blown away by the experience. So it will be sprinkled throughout. The time to rebalance will be sprinkled throughout.
And I mean, Philip,
We all will need it.
Sorry, who was someone going to ask a question? Was that you, Dee?
Yes, it was me. I have a question for Roz. Actually, as a woman, how safe do you feel being over in Egypt? Like, I've heard a lot of stories, so I guess safety is my big thing as far as traveling Egypt.
like, as long as we're all together, we're safe.
Yeah. Okay. And what about like covering up shoulders, face? Is that a restriction?
No, the only thing if we go into a mosque, that's the only thing you have to cover your arms and legs and wear a scarf on your head. That's the only restriction. Anywhere else, anything else, I wear like spaghetti strap tops, I wear tights, I wear shorts, I wear dresses. You know, like you can wear whatever you want. I've been on cruises where they've worn G-strings as swimmer bottoms on the boat, and I'm thinking that's just one step too far, I thought. So
yeah.
Okay,
it's
so
just
pretty
about
much
being
what we wear here on the Gold Coast is, you know, it would just be parking.
absolutely, you just wear what normally you don't. You know, like some people will want to cover their arms because the sun. Some people want, you know. I tell
They
people
don't like nudity, so you can't run around without your clothes.
No,
I don't think there's many places you can.
Otherwise, they have special police that will come and get you.
Right.
Now that's a good point, actually, because Roz, you said something really important to me. You said they have 3 or 4 levels of police in Egypt to keep you safe. Yeah.
police, and they're normally in dark coloured uniforms. You have the
Which
tourist.
types are? Sorry, just start again, Roz, because you cut out, but now you're back.
You have the normal police, which have dark uniforms like our police. Then you have the tourism police, which are all in white. Then you have the military, which are in green. And then you have the secret police that are always in suits
And
and
very
ties.
nice they are.
They are so, yeah, most
So-
of them.
But you said that you've been doing this for 25 years and you only had one altercation with a rude gentleman. And you set him straight and then he stayed away from you ever since. So you've never felt threatened, have you?
No, I never feel threatened.
Good. Okay.
And
And I
Roz
walk-
travels alone.
I have one more question. Is there an age restriction as far as traveling? Would I be able to bring my 17-year-old daughter?
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
As long as
thank
she
you.
keeps her clothes on.
Oh, you'll have no problems with her.
That's good.
All right, that's all my question. Thank you.
That's all right. So anyone else have questions at this point? We've thrown a lot of information at you. Tanya, you are muted. I don't know if you were talking.
Just trying to unmute myself. The Sphinx. I would love to know. That's in Cairo, am I right?
Yeah, the first hotel is what we actually
How
are close.
how close up can you get to the Sphinx?
You can walk around it, but not inside the compound. If you want to go inside the compound, it's $2,500 US.
Is that all? Jesus.
Yeah, I know some of these things are crazy, but Roz, is it true? And Kath, when we're on the platform, the viewing platform, we overlook it from the hotel, the first hotel. Is that right?
Yeah, it's amazing. Yeah, I mean, you just can feel like you just reach out and touch it anyway.
Wow, cool. Okay.
We're just as safe and close, and it's just a spectacular sight. And also, you've got the pyramids right there as well.
Mm-hmm.
And so you get to see the light shows at night and you get to see it during the day. And Roz, you said there's another experience we can have that's a little bit different than just queuing up for a $2,500 experience. You said there's other ways to experience them, yeah?
But that's as close as we can get without that, without the 2,500 US, not Australian US. And it's what they call a private visit. And that's just the entry. Going to pay the tipping and the government employee, the other shit. So I've done it with my Japanese Buddhist monk group. We went inside the pyramid at dawn. We had to be up and at the pyramids at 4 a.m. and a wonderful experience, but it's a lot of money. We'd need 30 people and they all pay $100 US extra just to do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So there'll be get into that aren't going to cost us crazy money. And until I know who's there on the day, depending on where we can go within temples and tombs and stuff. So but you'll get the experience that you need for this journey, and we'll be busy, fairly busy every day. So,
and then that was the point of coming back to Cairo too. So if somebody did really want to do that, you're back and you can go out and have your experiences. And by that point, you will feel more comfortable, knowing the surroundings, knowing where to eat. If you decide to stay a couple of extra days and do something like that on your own, you absolutely can.
And you can, sorry.
Drive or to do stuff as well. So for anyone that wants to stay and do anything extra, then we can organise that.
Yeah, because the Roz will be around. And so will I, and so will Kath. So we're not just going home that day.
You can experience the camels around the pyramids or the horse and carriage.
Yeah.
We did, didn't we, Kath, last time?
Yeah, we did the horse and carriage. And we've done the camels.
Yes, the first time. So,
yeah.
But when you get on a camel, they're really tall.
They are.
They don't sit down for you?
Yeah, they do.
Somewhat, yes. They help you on and off.
Mm-hmm.
But when you're on them, they're high up.
Oh, yes.
So they're fun, and we can do that experience. We can do that if people want to do it. I'm happy.
Especially going up to the Giza plateau and the call to prayer. It is such a magical moment in time.
Mm.
So, you know, it's beautiful. So we can do whatever. I like things to evolve. So if people want camel rides, we'll do them. So, you know, but if you go there and do a camel ride by yourself, sometimes they'll hit the camel on the arse and it goes into the desert. Then you got to pay for somebody to send it back again.
So, Bree, you've been very quiet. Kim, you've been very quiet. Any questions? You're muted, by the way.
Well, I was expecting it to be a lot more expensive, if I'm honest, if you wanted to talk about the pricing. So I think that's quite reasonable. Yeah, but I think all my questions have really been answered. I mean, obviously, I'm worried about the security as well, like for me. And I'm like, well, clearly you leave valuables at home and go very low key. And obviously the traveling alone for me, you know, like the going over by myself and coming back by myself, I think I'd be fine while I'm in a group with everybody.
Where
but
do
I
you
still
live,
have-
Bree?
I'm on the Gold Coast as well.
Me too, babes.
I
We'll
think
fly
you'd
together.
be okay. I think you'd be okay, Bree, because there's quite a few of us coming from the same place. So
So you can coordinate. You can actually meet up.
coordinate to go together and be on the same flights and things like that. So that's probably my only reservation. Well, the main one is the eating, which, not to go into too much of that here on the recorded Zoom, but you know, my eating issues at the moment with only being able to eat the beef, salt and water for 2 years is a bit of a it's a bit of a restriction for me, because you know, I don't know how I'm going to go with food in a different country. So that's probably my only reservation at this point in time. Everything else sounds amazing, all resonated, no questions further at this stage. I don't think, but I can always reach out if one comes to mind.
And coordinate with Roz, because she can probably tell you the places that you could get beef. But I have a friend who recently, well, gosh, this was 2 or 3 years ago now, she went and traveled all through Europe, and she was also on a very special diet, and she managed to find vacuum packed foods that were allowed. And so, for example, she was allowed to eat albacore tuna, and she could get them in sealed bags, and so she always had some food for herself to keep her blood sugar levels going, even if she went to places that didn't have what she needed. So I think, Roz, you'd probably be pretty open to having a discussion with Bree about what types of issues or non-issues she might encounter, and then perhaps a little bit of research on how to get around that. Yeah, you there, Roz?
I'm
I'm on a paleo diet.
I'm here.
So yeah,
Do that.
like it's Mediterranean diet, paleo as well.
Yeah. And you find it okay to find a way to get your needs met?
Yeah, I did.
You did.
And
is beef?
the trouble is with eating overseas, the food actually tastes like food. And
Yeah.
then I come back and then I can't eat anything because I can't taste anything.
Yeah.
I have to eat curry to taste. And then I can, after a couple of weeks, my taste buds come back.
They adjust. So
yeah.
And I know you can take this offline, Roz and Kath, with Bree, but is beef available in Egypt?
Everywhere.
Good.
Every.
It wouldn't be.
I wonder, yeah, I will. I'll talk to Roz about it on the side. But yeah, I just had a thought drop in. I wonder if they do let you take any vacuum packed food into the country, it might even be worth like dehydrating, making like some beef jerky here,
baby.
vacuum sealing it and taking it with me. Because look, at the end of the day, I can fast. I can do a water fast for the 14 days. That's not a problem. But who wants to do that? Because you don't know what big energies you're going to be dealing with. And as you know, Deb, I'm very sensitive as well. So the last thing you want is to not be able to nourish your body if you need to ground or something like that. But yeah, look, happy to put it into Spirit's hands and know that I'll be okay.
Bree, you'll be able to take the food into Egypt. It's actually what you're bringing back into Brisbane you won't be able to.
Okay, easy. So I'd be able to maybe make up my own beef jerky, vacuum seal it, and then at least then I don't even have to worry about fridges or anything. I can just have it all there to be able to eat like a packet of chips.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's just that they'll pull you up at Brisbane coming back if you've got stuff left.
Yeah.
Oh, easy.
But that's not the issue. So that's great. That's good to know, because that's what I was thinking about when my friend Sheridan went overseas, and she literally did the same thing. She vacuum sealed and found products that were vacuum sealed. So she always had her blood sugar levels maintained.
I take stuff with me as well for blood sugar. Yeah.
Great. Any other questions? Thanks, Kat. Thanks, Roz.
No worries.
Anyone else?
was about the museum. I was really hoping that the museum would have been on a day. Is it because it's just going to be too busy? Is that why we can't do it, or?
It's been on again, open and closed, open and closed. They just opened for the first time in November. So Roz, I know you've been paying close attention to that because we wanted to know whether we were gonna do it. So what have you found out, Roz?
Right now has restricted people going into a time, and it starts tomorrow.
Okay, we've got everything we need, hey?
I wrote down everything. You can't really see it very well, but it's fine. It's still readable.
Main thing is the dates and the money.
Oh, sorry,
Guys,
Dee, that
when I
was Dee.
talking.
So, so, oh, it was Kim about the museum, yeah? So, go ahead, Roz.
There's 20,000 people a day going into the museum. 20,000. And the museum now has changed the rules, and they're going to put different people or different groups in at different times of the day. So you might have 4 hours in the museum, then you've got to get out. So, and that's what it comes in, because the museum's at capacity, and they've shut it 4 times since it's opened because there's too many people in there.
Okay, so hopefully by then it's leveled out. And
yeah, and that's why we didn't put the museum in, because I don't want to get people's hopes up and we get there and we can't get in because it's 6 o'clock in the morning and you've got 4 hours, or it's 5 o'clock in the afternoon and you've got 4 hours. You know what I mean? So hoping, because a lot of Egyptians are going at the moment, so they're really smashing the museum, and it's harder and harder to get in. And when you got 5,000 people waiting to buy a ticket lined up, you wait 2 hours to buy a ticket. So they're going to put tickets online now as well. So that starts 1st of December. So this is why we didn't put the museum in to start with, because I knew there was going to be a lot of teething problems. And until it starts to settle, and by the time we get there, it should have settled. So if it's settled, we'll go.
yeah, if we can get the bookings, if we can get the tickets, if we can get us all in together, which obviously Roz is like constantly paying attention to, it's yes, we absolutely will have time in the schedule to do it, Kim.
Okay, awesome. Thank you.
No worries. Anybody else have questions at this point? No? All right. Well, do not forget that we're here. So you can, if you don't have Roz's number or Cass' number, you can PM me. I'm still available on WhatsApp on my own old number too. I'm available on Facebook, on Messenger, I'm available. And Roz has got her MyEgypt on Instagram. So you can DM Roz through MyEgypt Instagram. Sorry, Cal? Sorry, did someone have a question?
Is it just Deb Bullions on Facebook? I'm not allowed to use WhatsApp. It's too Kelly.
Yeah.
Hang on a second. I'll take off my video.
Hey, Cal,
is it just
got
Deb
my,
Bullions on Facebook? I can't use WhatsApp. WhatsApp is insecure, so I won't use it.
Sure. Yeah, you can find me. So is that you, Kelly?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, you've got my contact about my mail anyway. So yeah, you can messenger me, and then I will connect you to Roz and Kathy.
Oh, I'm already connected with Roz and Kathy. What I'm saying is, can I connect to you on Facebook? Is it just Deb Bullions on Facebook?
Oh, me. That's it. Yeah. And my underneath it is my maiden name, which is a really hard to pronounce Polish name. So if you see, yeah, that's me.
Yeah. Okay.
Cool.
All right, done.
So as I said, if anybody needs to get in contact, Roz will set up a payment plan for anybody who needs it. It's all going to go through her MyEgypt Tours bank account, which has been set up for years and years and years. And this is not her first rodeo, so she can work with each and every one of you on how to make this happen.
Awesome.
Yeah. Thank you all so much for joining us. And like I said, if you need more info, Roz is at MyEgypt in Majorba. Phone number is listed. And if you want to get in contact in another way, you guys have my contact details anyways. And
Great.
we'll see how you feel about it and whether you want to join us. And like we're going to keep advertising. This was just the first group. I only got 150 emails out. I've still got another 800 to go. But we will cap it. We're not going to go as a group of 32, 35, 70 people, anything like that. It's going to be because these are intimate experiences. So I hope you can join us. And if you have questions, let us know.
Thanks, Deb.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Bye, y'all.
Thanks, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.